Okay, so we'll go through the homework first. So we've to convert the following expressions into descriptions in words. So 3a is y squared. B is 4 multiplied by y minus 3. Part C is 5 plus 2 multiplied by y. Part D is y divided by 3. And part E is y squared plus 3 multiplied by y. Okay, then part 4, write an algebraic expression equivalent to each of the following terms. The first one has been done for you. So there's a couple of different ways that you could write an expression the same as each one. So for 4y, I could say 3y plus y. Another one I could say would be 2y plus 2y. Another one I could say would be 2 multiplied by 2y. So there's a couple of different ways that you can write equivalent expressions. 5x then, the next one here, I could say 2x plus 3x. Y squared would be y multiplied by y. All right. The next one, I could multiply out. So we've done this one before already. So the number outside the bracket gets multiplied by the first number inside, and the number outside the bracket gets multiplied by the other number. So when I multiply all of that out, I'll end up getting 3y plus 3 times 4 is 12. And the last one, p divided by 5. So that's very similar to this one here, y divided by 3. So we can rewrite p divided by 5 as p over 5. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do in algebra is evaluating expressions. And I want you to have a look at each of the yellow boxes and we're going to go through them. So the first one is that an algebraic expression is an expression that contains one or more numbers, one or more variable terms, and may also contain one or more constant terms. Now, and variable is a letter, so could be X, could be Y, could be A, B, C, okay? So variable is a letter. And a constant is a quantity that does not change in value. So for example, a number just by itself. So the number 3 is just a constant. A coefficient is a number or a symbol that is multiplying a variable. So for example, if you've got 2x, your 2 is a coefficient and your x is a variable. And a term is a product of a constant and any number of variables. So a term is your example here or 7x squared y. Okay, so if we want to substitute in algebra and find the exact value of 2x minus 5, we're going to find out what the value is if, for the first instance here, x is 4. So when we are substituting in a value for x, we always put the value in brackets. So first one there, we've 2x minus 5. For part A, we're saying that x is equal to 4. So we'll end up with 2, and instead of an x, we're putting in a 4, and then minus 5. Brackets mean multiplication, so 2 times 4 is going to give us 8. 8 minus 5, and our answer then is, 3. So that's the value. That's our answer for that one. For part B, again, we still have 2x minus 5 as our expression. X is equal to minus 3. So we go back up, and instead of an x this time, we're putting minus 3 in brackets. So everything stays the same, except instead of the x, we're putting a minus 3 in brackets. So 2 times minus 3 is minus 6, and then we've got the minus 5. And when we take minus 5 from minus 6, we end up with minus 11. So that's our value. Okay, in the next example over here, this time we've got different values. A is 4, B is -2, and C is -3. So we'll do A, B, and C to start off. So A, we're subbing in 4 for A and -2 for B. So if we write out A first of all, 3A minus 2B. And I'm going to write it again, except instead of the A, I'm just going to write an open bracket. And instead of the B, I'm going to draw an open bracket as well. So I'm going to be subbing in, instead of A here, I'm going to put in what A is equal to, which is 4. And instead of B, I'm going to put in what B is equal to, which is -2. So be really careful with your negative numbers. Brackets mean multiplication. 3 times 4 is 12. And -2 multiplied by -2 is +4. Be careful there as well. Minus by minus is a plus. So I end up with 16. For part B, 3 bracket A minus B. So same thing, I'm going to write it again. And instead of an A, I've got an open bracket. Instead of a B, a bracket. And I'm going to close my brackets. Inside A, I'm going to write 4. And where B was, I'm going to write -2. So our order of operations, BIMDAS, I'm going to work on the brackets first. Okay, so I'm going to work on this first. So what's going on here? 4 minus -2 will end up being 4 plus 2. Still have to stay on the brackets and work out what's inside there. 6. Brackets mean multiplication. 3 times 6 is 18. Okay, for part C. A, B, C. Now for that, we don't see any pluses, we don't see any minuses. What that means is multiplication, because I said that anytime you see a variable, like an A or a B or a C, open brackets. So in the first bracket, I'm going to put in what A is equal to. In the second bracket, I'm going to put in what B is equal to. And in the third bracket, I'm going to put in what C is equal to. And all I'm doing there is I'm multiplying 4 by -2, and then I'm multiplying the answer by -3. And when you do that, you're going to end up getting 24. Okay, the minuses cancel out to give you a plus. For part D then, we've got A squared plus 2B minus C. So just brackets instead of my variables. Instead of an A, 4. Instead of a B, -2. Instead of a C, -3. Now, if you've got your calculator, you can just put all of that directly into the calculator. I'm just going to do it separately. 4 squared is 16. Plus 2 by a -2 is going to give me -4. And minus by -3 is going to give me +3. So 16 minus 4 is 12. And 12 plus 3 will be 15. And that's my answer for that one. We've got part E then. A squared minus B squared. Same again, brackets, brackets. 4 for A and -2 for B. I'm going to do it separately. 4 squared is 16. Now, order of operations here. We have to work and square the bracket first of all. -2 squared is +4. So we'll end up with minus and brackets 4. Because a -2 squared is +4. 16 minus 4 gives me 12. Again, you could use your calculator to do that. Part F then. (3A minus B over B plus C). So 3 bracket minus bracket over bracket plus bracket. Just rewritten all of this, and instead of my variables, I've got brackets. So here, instead of A, I'm writing in 4. Instead of B here, I'm writing in -2. Instead of B here, -2. Instead of C, -3. I'm going to do the top line first. I get 12. 3 times 4 is 12. Minus by -2 ends up giving me a +2. Over -2 plus by -3 gives me a -3. So I end up with 14 over -5. Okay, so I'm going to leave your work up here for Wednesday. You're going to do all of question 1, all of question 2, all of question 3. You're just subbing in. Anytime you're putting in a number instead of a variable, make sure you've got your open brackets, put in your number, and then you're getting values for that work. So that work is due for Wednesday.